Here's one of me, Jess, somewhere in La Mancha, approaching the province of Albacete in eastern Spain. And today I've only got one thing on my mind: Gazpachos Manchegos, the local rabbit and game stew. Gazpacho Manchego, meaning gazpacho from the Mancha area, may share its name with Spain's famous cold soup, but there the similarity ends. It's basically a game stew with a particular ingredient, the torta para gazpacho, which is a type of dry cracker bread. I've come to the impressive little town of Alcalá del Júcar, which is located in an exceptional setting, tucked away on a hill surrounded by the gorge formed by the Júcar River. Once checked into my hotel, I waste no time heading off into the town in search of a good dish of the local speciality, Gazpachos Manchegos. So you can see here these broken up pieces of cracker bread known as torta, which are cooked in the stew and end up with the texture like soft pasta, ravioli, that sort of thing. Quite delicious. So now, with a very clear idea of the results I should be aiming for, the next day I head to the supermarket to run my recipe by the locals and clear up one or two queries I had about the dish. Despite the Andalusians who've managed to convince the rest of the world that gazpacho is a cold liquid salad, the folk around here are having none of it, and proudly fill me in on every last detail of their cherished gazpachos from La Mancha. Unable to find anywhere to cook it in the town itself, I climb to the surrounding plains and soon come across a great spot among the vines. This famous La Mancha wine had come home. Anyway, cheers. A quick spin around the ingredients required for the Gazpachos Manchegos, all of which are listed below the video. So you'll need half a tender young rabbit, about 600 grams for 2 people. It's also common to use chicken too, so about 300 grams of each. Here's the torta bread I was telling you about, which you can also find in a packet like this. Around here you'll find a herb mix, especially for gazpachos. This contains cloves, pepper, thyme, and a local herb called pobrella, which is a type of thyme anyway, so don't worry about that one. These are the peppers, both colours, garlic, tomatoes, and onion. So in a good slug of Spanish olive oil, brown the pieces of meat all over. Remove and steadily cook down the onions and peppers in the same now flavourful oil. After a while, add the garlic and fry a little longer. Grate the tomatoes in this typically Spanish manner and add the pulp to the pan. Keep cooking until the tomato is well reduced and quite thick. Then pop the meat back in and stir around for a minute or two over a good heat. At this point you can add the herbs, a couple of cloves, a few sprigs of thyme, and a pinch or two of black pepper, or in my case, half a sachet of this stuff. What a luxury! Cover this lot with water, not too much as we want the finished sauce to be slightly thick. Missing from my version here is a good pinch of saffron, or indeed orange food colouring. Not essential, but you'll often see gazpachos around here with this slight colouring effect. So let all this simmer gently for about 15 minutes, and then add the torta bread and cook for another quarter of an hour. Turn off the heat and let your gazpachos rest for a few minutes, which will allow the torta to soak up much of the remaining liquid and leaving us with a good saucy consistency, not too watery. So I hope you're inspired to give these genuine, traditional gazpachos a go. Check the video description for notes on how to obtain the special Spanish ingredients. So do join me again for many more local specialities. Buen apetito desde Alcalá del Júcar.